Highway 400 has been a gateway to the north for decades, used by residents, cottagers, and commuters alike. This busy highway has been pivotal for nearly 70 years. To keep up with demand, a major infrastructure upgrade had to be undertaken. King's Highway 400 originally connected Toronto to Barrie and eventually north past Parry Sound, where it ran into this, Highway 69, a smaller highway that bottlenecks in places down to 2 lanes. As part of the overall Highway 400 expansion, a large section of Highway 69 will need to be expanded to 4 lanes in order to alleviate traffic and take on the 400 designation. Levesque Brothers Haulage is the general contractor on the project in this neck of the woods, and they've hired Looby to undertake the massive job of bridge, overpass, and underpass construction in the area. Right now, Looby is focused on a stretch of 3 sides about 60 kilometers south of Sudbury.
This French River Bridge is a 200-meter total length with a 140-meter clear span from pier to pier, which is unprecedented. We're right in the French River Provincial Park, many environmental constraints. It's heavily populated with tourist traffic in the summer. So this is the Settlers Road overpass. It's a post-tension type structure. The Highway 69 main line will go right through where we're standing. This will be the southbound lane. The northbound lane will be over there. This will be a forest of shoring from abutment to abutment, supporting the falsework and the deck. It's over 1,000 cubic meters in the deck itself, so that'll be a full day pour. Here we are at the Pickerel River Bridge. We're standing over the southbound lane here now. The northbound lane is already well underway. This is another incline leg type structure, just like the French River. Down at the base of the incline legs, there's a huge hinge down there, a 1-foot diameter pin that actually the entire pier hinges on and gives the adjustment to actually erect this structure.
With so many jobs at so many locations on this stretch of highway, Looby will have to dispatch multiple crews to get it all done. Here, at Pickerel River, the first bridge is well underway, where the second of the incline legs is being installed on the northern span. Over at French River, the site sits right in the heart of the Canadian Shield. A subcontracted blast crew is clearing the way for Looby's bridge installation.
Nothing's exact when they blast, so you got rocks jagged out. So to get to this point, there's a lot of hand drilling. We're finally out of the bedrock, and now we're at the abutment stage.
The crew at Settlers Road has made great progress. Their forming and rebar have been installed, and they're ready for the mammoth concrete pour.
Things are going well, closing in on 900 meters in, approximately another 150 meters to go. We're doing really well. Our concrete supply has been great for us all day, and the weather's been great. So we have about probably another 2 or 3 hours by the time we finish up and get off the deck. It's a long day for everybody, but certainly I'm proud and appreciative of their efforts.
As the sun sets on this momentous day, the concrete pour at Settlers Road sees its completion. Over at French River, an unexpected setback has the crew thinking outside of the box.
Say a half starter, see what it feels like. Fill her up. Our pump truck broke down. Can't pump, he can't even pull his boom in right now, so we got to work around him with the skip bucket. We got another load behind him, so we got to get her going.
While they complete the abutments at French River, over at Pickerel River, both center spans have been installed, and the northbound deck is being poured.
It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're well underway. in our Pickerel River deck pour stage 3. 2 weeks ago we poured the end sections. We poured the middle section last week, and this week we're placing the concrete over the piers. We've got the substructure in, girders on, deck formed this year, and now we're going to finish up the final deck pour today.
It's a pretty big day to see this thing getting finalized, this deck. So it's been all hands on deck. We've been going hard at it. We've had a really successful season. There's been no incidents, no environmental concerns. We've just been cruising along and just having good days and pushing up the work.
Next, the crew at Pickerel River will follow the same procedure and complete the second span. 2 down, 1 to go. With Settlers Road completed and Pickerel River not far behind, Looby can focus all their efforts on the remaining bridges at French River. They continue to install the inclined leg structures, followed by the steel girders that will make up the structure beneath the bridge deck. The cavernous gap between riverbanks means that the girders being used are so mammoth in size that a regular crane won't suffice. Looby calls in the big guns. This 1,200-ton crawler crane is one of the biggest in the entire nation.
In 2019 was basically a year of structural steel where we erected both northbound and southbound structures. It was a real push to get through the year and get the structure up ready for the concrete decking on top. So we've met those deadlines and now we're into the spring and on to concrete work.
We had to pour this bridge in stages for load reasons. It's probably one of our longest bridges that we built. Weather's great, and the trucks have been coming in steady, one after the other. That's what we like.
It's going good. They started at 5 o'clock in the morning to beat the heat for the concrete temperatures.
The concrete crew keeps running like a well-oiled machine, getting this deck laid right on schedule. With the first bridge complete, the team moves their focus to the second, installing their false work and rebar, readying it for the final pour of this colossal job.
Today we're doing the balance of the bridge. We got 2 47-meter lengths and that'll be the final deck pour. We started about 4 o'clock in the morning. We had the pump set up in the morning, as you guys have seen. Concrete trucks pull in, concrete comes off the chutes, and vibrate it, screed machine it, place it into the deck, and cover it with burlap and poly afterwards for curing. This right here was the last deck pour of the job after I think about 6 years when we started the whole project. It's a wrap on a long journey. It felt great to see it all come together at the end. And these guys have been working hard over the past few years. Most of them have the experience of coming from different bridges on this project. So they have a few of these under their belt and they all know what they're doing at this point. It's great to have them on the team.
it's pretty exciting. We still got a little bit of work to do, but I think Looby poured its first concrete here in 2017, so it's been a long time coming. A lot of different people involved in the project with sub-trades and our supers and our laborers, and a lot of guys put in a lot of hard work to get us this far, so it's a pretty big milestone. Levesque Brothers is planning to open the highway here to live traffic sometime this afternoon. So we're just looking to do some final cleanup and get out of everybody's way, open the highway.
Here we are today, finally at the end of our French River project. It's been a long grind, but the crews pulled together and did a great job to get this thing finished. There's been a lot of different challenges to overcome. You know, we've worked several winters, poured concrete right in the middle of the winter and needed to house and heat all that to keep going. And then right into the hot summers with the complete opposite of trying to keep the concrete cool. But we planned the work really well and executed well. It's absolutely a team effort from the supervisors and managers, but down to the workers. You know, they've put their heart and souls into this project, and I think it really shows. They've knocked this one out of the park.
There's nothing easy about building bridges, overpasses, and underpasses, especially in the rugged terrain of Northern Ontario. And if the Canadian Shield wasn't hard enough to deal with, the bitter cold winters, the humid summers, the intense bugs, and not to mention a global pandemic certainly added to the challenges. But despite all of these hurdles, the men and women at Looby rose to the occasion, as they always do, and got the job done, helping to expand Highway 400, making Ontario's northern destinations more accessible and safer to get to.